Oh, look! Back to back. Back to back videos with the Marlins. Who knew? After, what was a pretty terrible situation back in June. So I'm going to do this recap, as your typical. And yes, I finally have the teal jersey. Yeah. Remember I said back in April or June? I think it was April. That, we were talking about the City Connect uniforms, which, by the way, it really grew on me. That I was going to purchase this jersey in my next paycheck. I did do that. It came in July. It's crazy. With my name on it, with the logo on here. This is a dope jersey, man. I love this jersey. I see why people want the teal back so badly. But yeah, this is going to be a quick recap because this is a game where it has some historic meaning for it. The only 2 runs that happened were in the 3rd inning. That was when X was able to reach base on the base hit, and Jesus Sanchez completely destroyed that baseball. He destroyed that baseball to dead center to make it 2-0. That's your final score. That is literally your final score. Cal Quantrill, I thought, had a really good game. He had himself a really tough situation, kind of similar to with last night with Sandy Alcantara, which still fingers crossed. We'll talk about him in a minute. But Cal Quantrill got himself in the same situation, and he was able to have a strikeout and a ground ball to get out of that 5th inning, and he was fired up, bro. He was fired up, and Cal Quantrill was just like, my God, man. He what a game he had, man. And also, what a game for our defense. These past couple of days, right? Our defense has been absolutely terrific. But this game, to me, is better. Because Graham Pauley ground ball to 3rd. And Pauley was able to scoop up into foul territory. And he had to just lunge. He had to just throw it out of desperation in hopes to get the guy out at first. And he did do that. He did that. Like a Gold Glove. He's basically showing off Nolan Arenado. He is showing off in that field. I mean, my goodness, what a play by Graham Pauley. I'm pretty sure the MLB headliners are not going to acknowledge that play, because if this is the same thing with Nolan Arenado, that would have been on the headlines. If this was more examples, theoretically. So, like somebody else, right? If, let's say, somebody from the Dodgers, that would have been headlines. This should be a headline play. Play of the night, Graham Pauley. What a play. And how about Otto Lopez making that diving play at the 9th inning? Just an amazing game. And the Marlins, for the first time since 2018, I remember it, man. I remember it. Real Milito, I think, was still part of that team. They won a series in St. Louis. That hasn't happened in 7 years. 7 years, man. And they have won the series in the last 9-1. And then there's another number 1, which I was trying to avoid that for obvious reasons. But yeah, the Marlins, especially on the road, have been winning series. In the last 11 series, they have won 9. This team is hot. If they can beat win the series against the Yankees, that is something that we would probably we're in the discussion of playoffs with the Marlins. I can't believe I'm saying this. Now, let's talk about the trade deadline. Right now, it's now Thursday. Technically, it's midnight now. Sandy Alcantara, is he gone? Probably, right? he might be traded somewhere like the Yankees, which to me I think is even worse than I think trading him to the in division rivals such as the Mets, which they're heavily linked still, I believe. You have another option, the Yankees, which is I don't like that at all. I think Bruce Sherman is a Yankee fan. If I'm being straightforward with you, yes, I know he's from Queens, New York, but he is probably a Yankee fan because why is all those key pieces still head to the Yankees? Yes, we got some amazing prospects, like Arcus Ramirez, a prime example. But why the hell does it have to be the Yankees? Why not the team from the West Coast? I mean, you might even trade him to the Padres. But please don't trade him to the Dodgers. Come on, man. Dodgers, are you kidding me? Here's the teams that I prefer if he goes, right? If they're going to trade him, here are the teams that I prefer if he gets dealt with. Boston Red Sox. I can't believe I'm saying Boston. Boston Red Sox has the top 3 farm systems, and they are in need of starting pitching. Sandy's value has gone up, which is what I want to bring. I want to bring that point back with the Yankees, right? With a possibility of bringing back, Jackson Dominguez, who has a very high value, by the way. But does Sandy have that kind of value in return for Dominguez? No. To me, no way. There's no way that the Yankees would give up that type of player for Sandy, who has mediocre value because he had himself a pretty awful start of the season. Yeah, he's bouncing back and he has his trade value go up, but what stuck around is the beginning of the season, man. Next up, who I think they should go. Padres, perhaps. Padres could be a good one. They're also in need of starting pitching. I think Dylan Cease is kind of losing his prime. So they're in need of starting pitching. And Padres, they have a darn good farm system. One of the best. Maybe Detroit. Probably Detroit. But I don't think Detroit wants anything. They don't want to give up much of the farm system. I have no idea. But Peter has to be smart. And with the trade deadline, that's the day of. The Marlins are going to be probably going to still be sellers. This is a very unique situation. Really unique situation. As a fan, I love it. I love this team is winning a lot. That's what happens when you have a fun baseball team in Miami. It gives me hope for the future. But personally to me, you can still have a bright future with Sandy. That's my point. But the Marlins are not willing to spend that money. They're not willing to spend it all. That's cheap ownership at its finest, and it's incredibly frustrating. We dealt with this for 30 years, 30 plus years, bro. When does it end? When does it end? You know what I'm trying to say? Despite Peter Bendix, I still don't believe in Bruce Sherman. I really don't believe in him. I'm sorry. I still stand by what I said early in the season, even before the season starts. I believe in the team. I don't believe in the ownership. That's my problem. We can go back and forth with this, but my point stands. What about Edward Cabrera? That's another pitcher who has been red hot lately. Do you trade him to Detroit? Do you trade him to Chicago Cubs? We can get good prospects out of them. Jesus Sanchez might be dealt with. The untouchables, in my opinion, is Kyle Stowers. Kyle Stowers should not be touched at all. Period. Augustin Ramirez too. As good of a hitter as he is, though, there is one problem I have with Augustin Ramirez, and I noticed this season, is that he is a little bit slow to react when it comes to defense. That's a small problem that he can work on in the major league level. What about Eric Wackerman? He's been sluggish, a little bit slow lately, but I don't know. But in doing so of dealing with Wackerman, now they're gonna be in need of a first baseman. Troy Johnson, who got called up, who's gonna be behind him? Ana Lopez should not be touched. I think Jesus Sanchez, unfortunately, is probably going to be dealt with. The question is, what about Cal Quantrill? Is he going to be dealt with? Ronnie Henriquez, is he going to be dealt with? Those are the questions there. Dane Myers, that's another one that they're in the rumor speculating. But the biggest ones, obviously, is Sandy and Edward Cabrera. Those are the players to really watch out for. Later today, well, now tomorrow. Well, I don't know what you call it. It's July 31st now. Those are the players to watch out. All eyes are on Sandy later today, tomorrow, whatever you call it. But the Marlins win this game 2-0 over the Cardinals. Yeah, man. We'll see what happens. 6 o'clock tomorrow is when the trade deadline expires. We'll know a lot more after 6 p.m. And I expect the Marlins to be sellers. I expect them to make a lot of moves, but Peter has to be smart. He has to be smart if they're really serious about building the farm system. And the target year of competing is 2027. But the Marlins are competing right now, so what the hell is the point? You still have, and the one more point here is you still have pitchers that are done for the season. You know, Ryan Weathers done for the season. Some people forgot about Ryan Weathers. Braxton Garrett is done for the season. Max Meyer might be done for the season. But who else do you have if you dealt with Alcantara and Cabrera? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, and it's going to be some ride tomorrow. Big ride. Let's do it. All right, that's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe our content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, good night.